Yo, yo.
Hardcore team
Oh
deathmatch.
shit, I come in a losing game.
Move out and take position. Hostiles inbound.
Come on, man. I hate coming in
Enemy
games
recon
like this,
aircraft in the
man.
air.
It's already camping in the middle. Why ain't let the homie in with me? What's going on with that?
shootings, especially the one today.
Alonzo, Oregon. Xavier Howard, Baylor. Rashad Jones, Georgia.
Michael Thomas, Stanford.
Quadre Tertiary, Philbrook High School.
The defense really hasn't been the problem for Miami. It's the other side of the ball. 3rd down and 9 here at the 38-yard line. Carr fires, and it's caught, and that is Cook again. So Cook with a couple of big 3rd down grabs, each on a 3rd and 9. And that one is good for 14 yards.
Same matchup as the other conversion right there. Jared Cook's going to come right at you and run the out route. Alonzo maybe a little leery of the footing out here. This field has had major issues. It's been redone, and you can see Cameron Wake on the outside not being able to turn the corner.
And there was a college game here last night as the Miami Hurricanes beat Virginia Tech. Number 24. Lynch. Nowhere. Let's go to Michelle.
Well, yeah, as you said, this is the 4th field, the 4th playing surface that this team has seen since the beginning of preseason. This particular field was laid down October 26th after the team deemed it below their playability standards following the Jets game, even though the NFL had certified it as safe prior to the game. As you say, the Hurricanes played here too. That adds to the wear and tear. But the field got positive feedback after last night's game, Al.
Certainly looks better, at least at the outset, than it did against the Jets a couple of weeks back. And it was really torn. Of course, the night before they played a game in a rainstorm. 2nd down and 9. Carr fakes and throws and reaching for it, and that's Cook again. So an early hat trick for him on this opening drive. Came over from the Green Bay Packers, sets him up again, 1st down.
This has just been one-on-one football so far. You have Jared Cook on the outside, once again going against Kiko Alonso, makes the break. So far, it has been all Derek Carr. They really have not run the football at all effectively yet, and yet it has been that single combination that has kept this drive alive.
Precisely 4 rushes for 2 yards, but 4 passes for 60. 3 to Cook. Carr starts the game 4 for his first 4. Lynch, and the flag is thrown, so we will hear the voice of Terry McCauley momentarily. Jones and Phillips.
No start. False start. Prior to the snap. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
That's Donald Penn, the left tackle.
Yeah, Donald Penn got in his stance a little bit late, and you've got to be set for a full second. Take a look at Penn out here. And the ball is snapped. Can't be getting in the stance as the ball is snapped. But really, it may be to the Raiders' advantage to get into another passing down the distance.
Converted both of the 3rd downs. They have DeAndre Washington, who now comes in as the running back.
Michael Thomas, a backup in at the safety position for Nate Allen, who is out with a cap in.
Washington lining up 8 yards deep in the backfield on 1st and 15. He swings to the outside, gets around the corner, and at least he gets a positive run, this time to the 15-yard line, minimally positive. Jones makes the tackle, gain of 3. 2nd and 12.
Everybody's having a hard time catching Ray Malaluga on the inside. He has really been a dominant force, but so is this defensive line of the Miami Dolphins. We've seen Sue getting off double teams. We have certainly seen Jordan Phillips, number 97, playing well. Now they're back into their pass rush mode with nickel in the game.
Raiders are on the ball for the first 6.5 minutes of the contest. Washington stays in there. Stays in the block, and then they dump it to him. And he goes nowhere. That's Lawrence Timmons, the longtime former Pittsburgh Steeler, who stops him in his tracks. Loss of 2, 3rd and 14 for Oakland.
Interesting. They tried to pick again right here on Kiko Alonso. They're going to pick him off the screen in the man coverage, but it didn't matter. Lawrence Timmons came up to save the day.
There are the 2 coordinators right there. Todd Downing, Kirk on the Miami side, took over when Vance Joseph got the head coaching job at Denver in the offseason. 3rd down and 14. Play action. Carr looking, and then he just dumps it into the ground. Washington is he was, I guess, the intended receiver in a manner of speaking, closest to it, so there's no grounding. And it's 4th and 14, and in comes the field goal group.
Well, you certainly don't want to turn it over, but that was one heck of a job of pass protection there. And I'm sure for the offensive linemen, their statement would have been, hey, stand there all day if you want. It has been 101 pass attempts coming into this game. We haven't let you give up a sack yet. We had your back.
36-yard attempt for Giorgio Tavecchio. Took over when Sebastian Janikowski went on IR at the beginning of the season. And he's done a nice job. And the left-footed kicker bangs it through. So Oakland has the ball for half the quarter. And it's 3-0 Raiders.
If you hear the song and sing, you will understand. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now.
My, what big rings you have. My, what black eyes you have. Oh.
All the better to tease you with, my dear. Get ready to spin your own tale. Introducing an all-new crossover. Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
Verizon and Google have teamed up on the Pixel 2. It's like Verizon is the oil and Google is the balsamic.
It's more like the Pixel 2 is the unlimited storage.
Verizon is the best unlimited plan.
I like oil and balsamic.
Get the Pixel 2 for up to $300 off on Google's exclusive wireless partner, Verizon.
Hey, man. Oh, nice man cave.
Nacho?
What? Stop it.
Mm-hmm. You've been saving a lot of money ever since we switched to Progressive.
This bar is legit.
And now we get an even bigger discount for bundling home and auto.
I can get used to this.
It might take a minute.
Swing and a miss. Slam dunk. Touchdown. Sports.
You've seen Chipotle's smoky adobo chicken and the fresh tomato salsa. But did you see this coming? If you did, you probably work at Chipotle. Then read the all-company email.
Sunday Night Football being brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. By Bose, official sound of the NFL. By Progressive Insurance, handing off big savings to you. And by Verizon, the best network and the best unlimited. Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show, largest in the world. More than 1,500 boats on display. Everybody out in the Intracoastal Waterway today?
You ever own a boat?
No, sir. Not even a rowboat.
Really?
Nope. You?
Well, that's true now. I love it.
Once got on a wave runner.
Did you? How'd that go?
Fabulous.
Hey, buddy.
In a tank top. Kickoff 2 yards into the end zone. Shaquille Grant is going to run it out. Avoids a tackle. And a flag is down.
During return, holding, receiving team number 78. After this is a goal, first down.
Backs him up deep, and let's take a look at the Dolphin offense.
Jay Cutler, Vanderbilt.
Damian Williams, Oklahoma.
Kenny Stills, La Costa Canyon High School.
Devontae Parker, Louisville.
Jarvis Landry, LSU.
Julius Thomas, Portland State.
Larry Tunsil, Ole Miss.
Jesse Davis, Idaho.
Mike Pouncey, Florida.
Jamon Bushrod, King George High School. Jawan James, Tennessee.
Dolphins spending a lot of money on that offensive line, and they've done that through the years. So Damian Williams now becomes the running back with Jay Ajayi in Philadelphia. We'll see Williams, we'll see Kenyon Drake. And it's Williams who starts here, and his initial carry of the night goes nowhere. That's Justin Ellis who comes in to make the tackle. So it remains to be seen who is going to do the heavy-duty work as the season progresses. They have to figure that one out. But Williams Played at Oklahoma. He was undrafted. It's his 4th year here. Last year he scored 3 touchdowns. And there's Kenyon Drake. We'll see him as well. He was their 3rd-round pick in 2016. Meanwhile, Cutler with a short drop and a quick throw to Pisano. And they ride him out of bounds at about the 14-yard line where Corey James makes the tackle. So Jay Cutler would have been in Seattle today announcing the Washington game against the Seahawks with Kevin Burkhardt and crew, but he wound up signing with Miami on the 6th of August when Ryan Tannehill went down with a torn ACL. Cutler got the call. He'd been with Gase in Chicago, and here he is on retiring. How much longer? Who knows? 1-year deal right now. 3rd down and 5 at the 14-yard line. That's caught. That's a 1st down. It's Devontae Parker who comes back from an injury. Back in the lineup. Taking it to the 27th. 1st down Miami.
Here is what the Dolphins have been missing with Devontae Parker. You get out here in a one-on-one situation. You now force the Raiders to make a decision. Are you going to send the safety that way to help against him or leave Dexter McDonald one-on-one on the outside? They chose the one-on-one option, and they moved the change for the Dolphins.
Parker, who is their #1 draft choice in 2015 out of Louisville. Cutler 12 years in the National Football League. Off the fake, on time. And in the pocket, throws, caught. That's Jarvis Landry making the catch. And he gets shoved out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. And that's a 1st down.
A little extra help on the protection. But I tell you, there's a guy right here in Jesse Davis that I think has helped solidify this offensive line. He's not the greatest athlete in the world, but here is a guy that at least will show up day in and day out and not back up into Jay Cutler.
And they run without a huddle here, and it's Damian Williams tackled by Navarro Bowman, who came over from San Francisco. They let him go last month, and he is filling the gap at middle linebacker.
Mike Pouncey was so fast out there to get him, he ran right past Navarro Bowman. Bowman is the guy, he has turned school teacher in there to that linebacker room, a very young group. It's amazing. In his first 2 games here, barely knowing the playbook, leading tackler each game.
2nd down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Inside handoff this time to Damian Williams to the 41. Let's take a look at the Oakland defense.
Khalil Mack, Buffalo. Eddie Bannerdos, Boston High School. Justin Ellis, Louisiana Tech. Mario Ellis Jr., Florida State. Corey James, Colorado State. Navarro Bowman, Penn State. Bruce Irvin, Almost Heaven, West Virginia. Dexter McDonald, Kansas. Carl Joseph, West Virginia. Reggie Nelson, Florida. TJ Carey, Ohio University.
That's a defense that's given up, as Chris mentioned earlier, a lot of big plays this season. And right now Miami comes up on the 3rd down and 6. Cutler scrambles out of the pocket, throws, flag is down, however, and Jarvis Landry gets bounced out of bounds. And look for a moment as if the official might throw a flag as Reggie Nelson popped him out. The flag is back upfield.
Illegal formation. Offense number 7 in the offensive backfield. 5-yard penalty.
Jawan James lined up off the line of scrimmage, and that cost him a big gain.
For the tackles, their helmet has to break the center belt line right there, and you can see it's behind that line. That's one that you could argue they could call a lot, right? And when it happens, when you scramble out and pick up a 1st down, and now it's 3rd and 11, those hurt.
3 wide with 6 defensive backs. 3rd and 11. And they'll keep it on the ground. And the next thing will be a punt for the, well, maybe not, because we have to see what the flag is. It's going to be against Miami for a hold.
Holding.
It's a decline.
51. Penalties decline. 4th down.
Bouncy holds. Gase rubs his chin here as the offense bogs down after picking up 2 first downs on the opening drive.
You know, Al, it's interesting that teams continue to try and run the ball out of the end zone. The possibilities of a flag, there seems like they're about 50-50. Then you end up backed up. That would have been actually a decent drive if not for some of the fouls.
And Hawk is the punter. The very short kick. And takes a nice open bounce, and there was another flag. So we played the first several minutes without a flag, and now we have one on every play.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 16. 10-yard penalty, first down, timeout.
Oakland ball, 3:02 to the quarter end, 3-0.
My experience with USAA has been excellent. They always refer to me as Master Sergeant. They really appreciate the military family, and it really shows.
You've got auto insurance, homeowners insurance.
I had an accident with a vehicle. I actually called USAA before we called it police. USAA was very hands-on, very quick, very prompt. I feel like we're being handled as people that actually have a genuine need. We're the Weber family, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
Introducing the all-new delivery pouch from Pizza Hut. Thanks to 3 layers of thermal insulation, your pizza arrives oven hot. It's like having our oven right in your kitchen. Well, pretty close. Try it with the best pizza delivery deal. Large 2 topping, just $7.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
This day have set upon the mighty endeavor. In this hour of great sacrifice, we shall prevail.
You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
Rated mature.
PlayStation.
No, pick up. The all-new 2018 Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
Every time you call on me, I drop what I do. You are my best friend and we've got some things to do.
Tomorrow, one team will get the call.
This cell uses kids to do their dirty work.
To stop a deadly plot.
The boy's part of a larger attack
that uses children as weapons.
They're going after families.
The Brave, all new tomorrow after The Voice on NBC.
Tomorrow on Tuesday, 3-time Grammy winner Kelly Clarkson is back on The Voice. She's going to be a coach on The Voice next season. But this week, she's helping out as the big knockout rounds continue. The Voice tomorrow and Tuesday right here on NBC. There you go. Downtown Miami. Back we come to Hard Rock Stadium. A half hour north from the 18. Oakland starts this drive. Clark goes to the outside and then he's caught at the 30-yard line and forward progress. And then a first down for Michael Crabtree.
One of the things you notice about Derek Carr is whenever he wants to just get settled into a drive or feel a little bit more comfortable, his go-to guy is right there, Michael Crabtree. There is just a level of comfort for those two, and they feel very, especially on those outside breaking or stop routes, it just sort of gets Derek Carr going sometimes.
Crabtree's now caught 34 balls this year. He and Cooper have an equal number, and Cook, the 3 tonight, also has 34. So 3 guys lead the team in receptions at this moment. This is Washington. Gets wrestled down at the 31. Kiko Alonso, certainly in the headlines after the Thursday night game in Baltimore. Oddly enough, it was his first penalty of the season. The optics look so terrible because he came in. A lot of people thought maybe he hit Joe Flacco late. Flacco suffered a concussion, was out of the game, helmet came off. But the league took a look at it and, well, they said, not that bad.
$9,100 fine, and I'm going to be on the not-so-bad side of that. I thought both of them were battling, trying to get to that first down line or keep Joe Flacco from getting there. Tried to turn himself out of it. I didn't think it was much.
And falling down here. We'll take a look at it right here. When I say not so bad, I mean $9,100. You rarely see a fine that low.
Now, he has no history, but you'll see where the first down marker is on this run. And Flacco's trying to get there, and Alonso's trying to keep him from getting there. As he slides late, he turns his body, catches him with his shoulder to the head. I don't know what else Alonso really could have done in that situation.
And as we say, it was his first penalty of the season, so it's not a guy who gets involved in a lot of things like that.
And not a dirty guy. Right. We saw him at one point not even slam the wide receiver to the ground, just basically carried him off into the backfield.
Taylor Gabriel of the Falcons, he kind of gave a ride, like an amusement park. Timeout is going to be taken here by Oakland. When we come back, it'll be 3rd and 9 for the visitors.
After 5 billion tests from real wireless customers on every major network, one network has swept the competition at the Open Signal Awards. It's just not who you'd expect.
Freedom and sweep. Independent third-party Open Signal ranks T-Mobile's network #1 in LTE availability, download speed, and every other category. That's another reason why T-Mobile is America's best unlimited network.
Let's go. Left, left, left.
Because Grandma has always dreamed of going to Belize. Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
Young 2018 Canada. Toyota. Let's go places.
Tomorrow and Tuesday, Kelly Clarkson's upping everyone's game for The Voice's final knockouts.
Play where that melody.
And we've saved the best surprises for last.
Y'all didn't see that coming now, did you?
The Voice tomorrow and Tuesday on NBC.
There is the Raiders offense, 58 plays per game, fewest in the NFL. Right now they're about to run their 15th play of the quarter. After they took a timeout, it's going to be 3rd and 9. They've had 2 3rd and 9 so far and converted both on passes to Jared Cook. Flag thrown. It's going to be a free play because they let the play continue, and it's incomplete. But the flag was thrown. Miami was offside, and so it's going to make a 3rd down and 4.
Offside. Defense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Let's take a look at this. The center, Rodney Hudson, and let's see if they try to time it up with something he does. Yep. As soon as he bobbed his head that one time, they took off. So many times you have to self-scout so that you know what the Miami Dolphins are doing. But about 2 or 3 of them that time moved, and good heads-up play by the veteran, Rodney Hudson.
3rd and 4. Yep, put Lynch back in the game now. And then they split him. So you have 4 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. 4-man rush. Far from the pocket throws, and that is a little low and incomplete, intended for Amari Cooper. Turned around, he's covered by Xavier Howard, and open will kick.
One of the interesting matchups, Ndamukong Suh going up against an old rival he played many times in college, in Kelechi Osemele. A little help coming over from Rodney Hudson, but we'll watch that matchup all evening long. And one of the things the Dolphins thought they could do was sort of make Derek Carr flinch a little. They got away with one there.
Well, Marquette King is one of the best kickers in the league, and he's going to get a lucky bounce on this to turn it into a relatively reasonable kick. Second leading punter in the league. Miami ball.
Alexa, reorder Purina Beyond cat food.
Order confirmed. Alexa, show me my baby. Okay. There she is. Call from the bedroom.
Everything okay down there?
Last section, page 136, the assessment traits of generation.
I reprogrammed the robots to do the inspection. It's running much faster now. See?
That's amazing, Molly.
Thank you.
We just gotta take it one game at a time. Next question.
Can you repeat everything you just said? My live stream won't load.
Technical foul.
Wrong sport.
Wrong network. You see, you need unlimited on Verizon. It's America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. They won't let you down in places like this, even in the strike zone.
It's the red zone.
Pretty sure it's the strike zone. Here, use mine. All right, see you on the court, champ. Heads up.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Plans now start at $40 per line for 4 lines.
Television's #1 drama continues to surprise us.
Let's just go to the courthouse and get married.
And whoosh, get married.
Whoosh? What is that, the sound that marriage makes?
And Tuesday, there comes a time when a family...
Your daughter is a child, and I don't think you know the half of what she's been through because of you.
...must fight to stay a family.
I don't believe that child belongs in your home.
Whether you approve or not, Randall is my son.
Emmy-winning This Is Us, Tuesday on NBC. And episodes are waiting on demand.
So Adam Gase in the front office sent their #1 running back, the Pro Bowl running back Jay Ajayi to Philadelphia. All he did today in his debut was this, among other things. That touchdown from 46. He had 8 carries for 77 yards, and the Eagles just continue to roll. Running all over the Denver Broncos today to go to 8-1. As Ajayi makes his Eagles debut in a well-fortified Philadelphia backfield. From the 18, Jay Cutler will start this drive out of the shotgun. Swing pass out here to Drake. You know, Chris, fans around the league, unless you follow the thing really, really closely, they go, well, wait a second. They did what? They traded their Pro Bowl running back to Philadelphia? Why did they do that? There always has to be something beneath the surface.
Yeah, there always is. And in this case, I think it had a lot to do with the fact that, A, he had a bad knee, wasn't able to practice much, so made some mistakes in the game. But B, he was a bit of a malcontent on this team and disrupted some things on the sideline. And I think sometimes a new head coach needs to take a firm grip on the wheel, right, and decide he's going to make a stand. And in this particular case, that stand was on Jay Ajayi. So we'll see if he got his team's attention this week or not.
Well, Parker makes the catch. It's going to be 3rd and 1 with a lot of the Benjamin trade from Carolina to Buffalo, stunning. The Garoppolo trade to, in effect, to San Francisco, a little stunning. A lot went on at the trading deadlines, almost like baseball now. Before a 3rd and 1. Time runs out in the first quarter. End of 1, 3-0 Oakland, and Sunday night football continues after these messages.
Guess what I just got?
I used to be
That's what they call it.
With all of your night and you lost your charm. You have a flame and but you're lying and cheating on us.
You gotta send me that thing.
And I'm moving I'm gonna find somebody out there that will surrender to my
Wendy's new chicken tenders are perfectly crispy and tender, and with a new side of salsa sauce, they're even better. So now the question is, two dip or not two dip? For a limited time, try the new chicken tenders with fries and a drink for just $5. Only at Wendy's.
7 years, never a scratch.
That's more than a scratch.
What do you think about a new truck, buddy?
State Farm knows it's more than a truck, so why not give it the protection it deserves?
I am so sorry.
Talk to a State Farm agent today.
This Friday, only one dad can win Christmas.
Got down cell phone tower.
I drove.
Daddy's Home 2 is hilarious.
All the right strands are connected. Stay away from the building.
Daddy's Home 2, rated PG-13.
November 21st, TV's best medical drama returns to Tuesday nights. And the fate of one of Chicago Med's own hangs in the balance.
Stay with me.
Chicago Med returns November 21st on NBC.
And tonight's aerial coverage, high above downtown Miami, being brought to you by Geico. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, here in Miami. Haven't been here in a number of years on Sunday Night Football.
Happy to be back in my home state.
There you go. The old Gator. 3rd and 1 as we start the second quarter. And moving to the outside, finding a little crease, Damian Williams, who looked like he was stopped short of the first down, then slides to his right and picks up the first for the Dolphins.
Nicely played there by left guard Jesse Davis, who's taken over the starting spot. Watch him come around here. They're going to block down, and he's going to kick out around the outside. That's a big play on 3rd down and 1 to keep this drive alive. I mean, they just need snaps on this offense. They just have not been able to put anything together. The good news is Devontae Parker, number 11, looks pretty good in his return, though.
And nice little hole here, and a good run breaking tackles is Kenyon Drake, but a flag is down. Back in the offensive backfield.
Personal foul and necessary roughness. Defense number 97. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Mario Edwards Jr. after the nice run for 11 yards by Drake.
He didn't like it. He got blocked on the play. Here's Edwards right here. And it was a good down block by Anthony Fasano. Gave him that late shot, and then a left-right combination to head. This has been more like heavyweight fights today in the NFL than it has been about playing football. All kinds of stuff going on like that.
Sometimes that kind of blow leads to an ejection. Ken Norton, the defensive coordinator, they just call it a personal foul, so you tack on 15 plus the 11. That's a 26-yard gain here for Miami on that last play from the 45 now. And the ball off to Drake, and this time Drake cannot get in track. Another flag is thrown here.
Holding offense number 74. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Jermon Bushrod. How bad have the Dolphins been on offense? Yards per game, last in the league. Rushing yards, next to last. Passing yards, 3rd from last. Points, 13, dead last. And of course, a lot of that has to do with the fact that in 2 of their 7 games, they were shut out.
And then the 3rd one, I think they scored in the final play of the game, right?
Right.
But I think they've won every game that they've scored 1 point. It didn't come in the last 10 seconds.
1st and 20, swing it out to Drake. Picks up about 9. Well, Adam Gase wears his emotions on his sleeve when it comes to this offense?
Defense is fine. Special teams, we seem to be all right. Maybe that's because it's just easy. Just run straight and hit somebody. But offensively, it's a joke, you know. We got too many guys that don't want to take it home with them. So until our best players actually put forth some effort, it'll be.
Well, maybe part of the reason Ajayi got traded. You saw Drake running it here. 3rd and 6. Well, remember, Gase's pedigree is offense. That's how he got the job here.
Well, you think back to some of the days he had with the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning. They were putting up huge numbers out there. So you know he knows how to put it all together. And I just think he put a stake in the ground this week, and he said, I'm going to find out who wants to stay and play, and everybody else, go on your way.
Cutler is 6 out of 6 for 48 yards. Dances away, 7 for 7. Devontae Parker, he'll pick up the first down and plenty more before he's bounced out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Boy, you love seeing this. Watch the pocket in front of Jay Cutler. We've seen games from Jay Cutler where he backs up 12, 13, 14 yards because that pressure just keeps coming right back to him. But he has now moved to his left and made big passes, moved to his right. It doesn't look like those ribs are giving him much of a problem at this point, except when he sneezes, as I'm told.
Yes, 2 cracked ribs. In the game against the Jets, he came out of the game, and Matt Moore led them to a come-from-behind win. And Moore was at the helm. Baltimore. And over on a first down, this is Williams, stopped there by Bruce Irvin, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Bruce Irvin, we haven't said his name a lot. We haven't said Khalil Mack's name a lot. That is really the 2 cornerstones of this defense. And yet one of the problems, Al, is when your man coverage lets you down on the back end, you can't blitz. So if you can't blitz, you can't get those guys in one-on-one blocking situations, so you don't get many sacks either. Just 12 sacks total on the year for 2 of the great pass rushers, throw in Mario Edwards as well.
Mack only 1/2 sack in the last 4 games. Dumped over the middle, Damian Williams, and he'll take the ball to the 10-yard line for a first down before Bowman makes the tackle and spot at the 10 and make it first down and goal.
Here's the #1 draft pick of the Miami Dolphins. Laremy Tunsil on the outside, working against the Defensive Player of the Year, and Khalil Mack. That's nicely done. These guys are really built to be pass protectors. Laremy Tunsil, Mike Pouncey, Jawan James, they're all incredible athletes, and so pass protection should come easy for them. So if Jay Cutler and these receivers can get it going with the passing game, they may be able to hold up in those one-on-ones.
Cutler looked like he really saw when they lined up on a roll to the right. He throws, it's caught, it's taken to the 3-yard line, maybe more, and Williams dives in for the touchdown. How about Damian Williams on a roll to the right, taking it, breaking tackles, and then diving in to give Miami the lead.
All right, Damian Williams, way to go. That was pretty awesome. Jay Cutler on the move again. Now watch Damian Williams. 3 guys going to hit him at the same time. Boom, boom. And he just goes, wait. Oh, well, let's go. The only thing he had a hard time doing is figuring out which way to dive. He got spun completely around. They don't take him down. That is a great play by Damian Williams.
One away from McDonald. Williams, he is a nose to the end zone. He touched the ball 58 times last year at 6 touchdowns, but the kick now is off the upright and no good by Cody Parkey. 10:37 remaining in the first half. Miami 6, Oakland 3.
The amazing new iPhone 8 is at AT&T, and we know you'll love it.
Because we know you want more.
More great camera features and more power.
And more than just unlimited data, we give you unlimited plans with HBO included for life.
Because you deserve more entertainment and more spokespeople. Talking like this, saying the word more.
AT&T.
It's time for more. Am I too close? I feel like I'm too close.
Get the iPhone 8, and with all AT&T Unlimited plans, get HBO for life, only from AT&T.
Now through November 30th, get a holiday credit of up to $3,000 on select models.
You with Sarah right now? Let me talk to her. Sam. What's going on, Sam? How you doing?
Grit and determination to become a professional
Hey, I
football
just wanted
player
to
like
tell you, I
Luke
believe in you this week, Sam. I want you to do work.
But
I
it
want you
only
to
takes
complete
15
the
minutes
mission,
to
all
see
right?
how much you can save on car insurance with
I want to
Geico.
get this shit back to you, all right? So make me proud. Get through the week. No calls from me or your mom, okay? Let's work on these grades. Remember what I told you. Get your grades to get what you asked for.
All thanks to the expert service and selection
All right?
only at Best Buy.
So now make me own up to my deal.
Sunday Night Football
I love
brought to
you.
you by BMW.
All right, Sam, you be great.
The ultimate driving machine. By AT&T. By ExxonMobil. Learn more at energyfactor.com. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. That was Monday. Jarvis Landry visiting Marine Forces south of Doral to surprise Staff Sergeant Shane Williams. There he is, right with tickets for him and his daughters. To attend their first Dolphins game, and it's an onside kick, and Miami for the moment looked like they had it, but Parkey winds up with the football. Has to go 10 yards. I believe it did, and then the kicker winds up recovering it himself.
Here's the 10-yard marker right here. Cody Parkey, he's going to just dribble it. Does he wait long enough? Has to cross the line. He does. That's a one-man game right there. That's like just give it to Michael Jordan or LeBron James and get out of the way, right? Cody Parkey made that play himself, and we are seeing Adam Gase saying, guys, you put in the work, I'll put in the work, we'll take some chances, here we go.
Aaron Rizzi and Brad Seeley, the two special teams coaches. One's pretty happy. Of course, Brad on the right. Oh, what in the... Come on. Kicker recovers his own onside kick. And Miami has the ball at the 48-yard line. Kenyon Drake is the running back. Stopped in his tracks for no gain and swarmed over. So again, we don't know who's going to wind up as the ace back here. You saw what Williams did on that touchdown. Drake hasn't been a featured back since high school. He played at Alabama. He's behind a lot of good guys. Eddie Lacy, TJ Yeldon, and Derrick Henry were some of the guys that he had to back up. He did have a 95-yard kickoff return, though, in that championship game Alabama against Clemson 2 years ago. So we'll see. Maybe it's by committee. It's Williams and Drake filling in for a Giant.
Yeah, Williams a little more experience, understands the pass protections a little better, but Drake a little flashier.
2nd and 10. And it's caught, and bouncing his way for a first down is Julius Thomas. The ex-Bronco, ex-Jaguar, 11-yard gain, first down, Miami.
Good to see again Julius Thomas. Here's a guy that was tremendous for the Denver Broncos and for Adam Gase, and 12 touchdowns a year. Then he went off to Jacksonville, signed a big contract there. Didn't go quite as well. 5 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. Reunites down here with Gase, and no touchdowns so far. If they could ever get him going, he could be so much the key to this offense. Split him out, very difficult one-on-ones.
Put a fullback in the game for the first time. Gregory Gray. Give it to him. He's the third different ball carrier tonight. Meanwhile, Cutler, sore ribs and all, has started 10 for 10 for 97 yards.
Yeah, you can't do it much better than that. And you had to wonder when he had that devastating hit, broke his ribs, and was lying on the ground exactly what he was thinking. You know, he could have been sitting up here in a nice, cozy booth like you and I, having a little hot chocolate and enjoying the game. Instead, he couldn't breathe and he couldn't sneeze.
We're not having hot chocolate tonight. 78 degrees. A little humid. First down at the 40-yard line. Floats one wide open, Marcus Thomas to the 25-yard line. Good touch. Thomas gets very free, and that's a gain of 15.
Little misdirection that time by Jay Cutler, sliding off to his left. Julius Thomas back to his right. You've watched Jay Cutler over the years. You know he is not afraid of that fadeaway jumper. The turf monster got Thomas that time, but to get him a couple of balls early on this drive, and this is the best this Dolphins offense has looked in some time.
Well, they went a game plus a quarter without scoring. Now they're in position again to get it into the end zone. Play clock is down to 2. Cutler will hand the ball off on the inside. Give it a nice ball into the left side, but the ball comes out. The ball is out. Kenyon Drake with a fumble, and waiting for the official here. All of the Oakland Raiders think they have it. Carl Joseph was the guy who knocked it free, but who has the ball? Oakland. So a nice run. It starts out that way, and it ends this way with a turnover.
Now through November 30th, get a holiday credit of up to $3,000 on select models.
T-Mobile family plans now come with Netflix included. That's you. That's right. T-Mobile's got your Netflix subscription covered when you get a family plan with 2 or more lines.
Really? That's incredible.
So go ahead and watch however you want.
Get myself free, right?
All at no extra charge. Another reason why T-Mobile is America's best unlimited network.
Mic drop.
Can I get a glass of white wine and a Michelob Ultra?
Michelob Ultra, 55% fewer carbs than a glass of white wine.
You cannot wear a Raiders jersey to my family's Christmas dinner. Turn it off. Just turn the lights off.
Well, there's the man who created the fumble. Bruce Irvin got it out from behind. Nothing new for him. Last year he forced 6 fumbles to tie for the league lead. That was his first this season. Kenyon Drake gets consoled by Cutler after the fumble.
Just the lack of experience, what really concerns you with these 2 running backs.
Oakland now starting from the 19-yard line. Barr fires over the middle, wide open. Jared Cook. What a night this guy's having. Out to the 46-yard line, the tight end, making his 4th catch of the night. That's already 86 yards, 27 on that play for him.
Well, what we've seen so far is the protection's been nearly perfect on the night. These pass rushers just can't get it going. And because of all the early success that Jared Cook had in man coverage, they've been playing zones inside. And because of the pass protection, Cook has plenty of time to work open in the zones now.
There it is, 47 yards per game receiving, and tonight already 86 as he gets a breather. Carr from the 46, the fake for outside to Crabtree. And Crabtree picks up 11 yards, gets the ball into Dolphin territory. First down. Thursday Night Football coming your way but a flag before Thursday Night Football even begins to get started.
After the play, personal foul and necessary roughness. Offense number 86.
I was just kidding around. Lee Smith.
15-yard penalty. The line of game was reached. It'll be 1st and 10.
All right.
Did he say I was just kidding around?
Something like that.
That's a pretty good defense. I was just joking when I whacked him.
Not when the yellow comes out. Take a look. Oh, man.
Oh, he was goofing around with somebody he knew.
Right.
You know, that's what happens in the NFL. You end up knowing everybody. And that time, Lee Smith had somebody he knew on the other side of the ball, and he was kind of joking and the official saw it as a dirty play.
So a 15-yard goof. And now this is Lynch. Another flag.
Never going to get this promo.
Never. Never too late. Never too late. Get into fantasy football.
Illegal motion. Offense number 87. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
So that's Cook. All right, so here we go. So, Chris, you and Mike Tirico, you're on your way to the desert. It's on NBC, starting at 7:30 with pregame coverage. Seattle and Arizona, interesting game in the sense that Seattle lost today. Washington beat them. Rams are now in first place. Arizona is now 4-4, and Adrian Peterson had a great day today. So that's the action in Seattle, Arizona on Thursday night here on NBC.
They're all chasing the Rams at this.
Yes, they are. 6-2 are the Rams. And, well, let's see. We've got a penalty flag for a change.
Holding. Offense number 87. 2-yard penalty. 1st down.
So that's back-to-back penalties on Cook. And the other tight end, Smith, had the other one. So there's 3 straight penalties on Oakland tight ends.
Yeah, well, Jared Cook, obviously known a lot more for his receiving ability than what he is his blocking, and you can see it there. But there's a good young player, Charles Harris, that he was working against, and he showed flashes of really becoming an excellent player. Number 90 down the road. Keep an eye on him on the end of the line of scrimmage.
Makes it 1st down and 25 from the 28-yard line. To the outside, that's hauled in, and Jared Cook, after a couple of penalties, picks up about 12 yards on that to make it 2nd down and 13.
It's a little bit interesting what's going on in the secondary of the Miami Dolphins. Nate Allen got hurt, so Michael Thomas is the starting safety, but because he's such a valuable member, number 31, such a valuable member of special teams, when it gets to 3rd down, they take him out and put in number 27, Maurice Smith, so Thomas can rest for the special teams unit. Never really heard of that before, but that's the way it is for this game.
2nd and 14. Here comes the corner blitz, and the ball off to Washington. Nice run there to the 50-yard line. He goes. So they were 1st and 25, and now they're 3rd and 3.
Okay, this is what the Raiders are capable of over here. They block, and Gabe Jackson come around, and you just let all those big $10 million per year offensive linemen take over, but they gobbled up the great majority of that, whatever it was, 2nd and a million. There's the flip-flop at safety, so Michael Thomas comes out. Lee Smith goes in.
They reposition Lynch into the backfield. You got 3 receivers set to the left side. And they give the ball to Lynch, and Lynch is able to pick up the 1st down. So he finally gets semi on track to the 44-yard line. By far his best gain of the night. That'll go for 6 yards. He has 5 carries for a total of 8 yards tonight. 1st down.
Boy, a tough matchup on the outside for Marshall Newhouse, who really has played pretty well for the Raiders against Ndamukong Suh. Got him out of the way just enough to pick up that 1st down. And keep that sequence in mind as we go down the road. What was it, 2nd and about 30, and they end up converting that 1st down?
Well, 1st and 25 after the penalties. He's going to make up all that ground and snap it from the 44. Lynch buys time, going deep downfield, and it is caught by Johnny Holton for the touchdown. Johnny Johnny Holton makes his first catch of the night for 44 yards. And Oakland retakes the lead. That is only his second catch of the season. The other was a touchdown catch of 64 yards.
Here's a guy that is known strictly for his speed. Johnny Holton, the plan tonight as they began to substitute around these safeties was to try and get some deep balls down the field against Michael Thomas, Rashad Jones. They held it for the right moment, and bingo, touchdown after converting that first and 25.
Tavecchio, the extra point. So 2 catches for the year for Holton, both for touchdowns. 44 yards here. 10-6, Oakland.
So, Verizon and Google have teamed up on the Pixel 2. It's a match made in tech heaven. It's like Verizon is the oil and Google is the balsamic.
No, actually, they separate into a suspension.
It's more like the Google Pixel 2 is the unlimited storage.
The Verizon is the best unlimited plan.
What if it's like H2 and O?
Yeah, yeah.
I had a feeling that would score with you guys. Good meeting.
When you really, really want the best, get the Pixel 2 for up to $300 off on Google's exclusive wireless partner, Verizon.
Our members shop a little differently, so we reward every purchase.
Let's see what Kate's in. For you. For all of us. That's for me.
Navy Federal Credit Union, open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families.
There's one road that will always remain the same. It's familiar. It's comfortable. And its destination is somewhere we never quite left. It's the road home.
Now through November 30th, get a holiday credit of up to $3,000 on select models.
We're a treatment facility for troubled girls.
Are you missing one of those young women?
This isn't a prison.
Do not send your kids here.
USVU, Wednesday on NBC.
Next Sunday in Phoenix, 5 drivers, including 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson, will be racing to earn just one remaining spot in NASCAR's championship race at 2:30 Eastern next Sunday on NBC. As you take a look at an aerial shot of Homestead Speedway, not far from here in South Florida, where the championship will be determined in 2 weeks. Kickoff. Grant drawing it back, starts to stumble, and brings it back to the 20, and we go to the field, and Michelle.
Well, Al, Miami's Kenny Stills, Julius Thomas, and Michael Thomas all knelt during tonight's national anthem. Now, the team rule had been to stand for the anthem or wait in the tunnel. But Dolphins Public Relations told me those 3 players went to Adam Gase during the week and asked him to relax the rule because it was interfering with their pregame preparation. Now, Gase's preference was to keep the rule in place, but out of respect for their right to protest, he relaxed the policy tonight, Al.
And there is the end result of that. Stephen Ross on the left, Mike Tannenbaum on the right, who runs the football operations. Ross, the owner of the team. 180! As they look on, and Miami has it from the 20-yard line and off the play fake. Cross goes for Williams, and Damian Williams this time gets wrestled down to the 22-yard line by Navarro Bowman. Second down, let's call it 7.
You know, all that's such a complex issue. The one thing that you hear thrown around sometimes is free speech. But free speech applies to the government. It can't keep you from saying anything, right? Your employer certainly can, but I think